Hey guys, Dr. Ben here. Let's talk about your gut today. Let's talk about your immune system and how they're intimately connected, because this is such a huge part of the problem for people and they don't even realize it. I think it's one of the big reasons why you see some people that do well with COVID and other people that don't. And you're like, they seem healthy. Well, just because somebody's not 50 pounds overweight, somebody doesn't have diabetes, somebody doesn't have high blood pressure or whatever it is, just because you don't see it on the outside doesn't mean that they're healthy on the inside, and the gut is a huge part of this. So we're going to get in depth into this today. Stick with me through this video. Lots of good information to get over. We've got people jumping on all over the country, all over the world. Pop down below where you're watching from. Love to see you guys. I'll try to give a shout out if I can, if I catch it. And remember, Thursday we're going live with a Q&A, 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. So if you've got any questions, I'll bring those. It's also kind of fun and entertaining. I've heard from a lot of people as well. They love to just listen and watch what other questions people are coming up with, and just give themselves some tips going through there. Hey, Timmery, great to see you. So here we go. Why do some people, and I talked about this yesterday, why do some people do better with viruses and can fight them off and deal with it and everything, and other people don't? And you're like, man, that seems great. That person should be able to handle it. Hey, Heather, great to see you. We're going to be coming down to Westminster in January, so we'll be opening up our office down there. Look for that one. So that'll be the first in the Denver Metroplex. So why do some people do better than others? I've seen this all the way since March of 2020, where a spouse will be sleeping in the same bed with their other person, and that other person is sick and got COVID really bad, all these things, and the spouse doesn't. They don't get sick at all. And that's a huge part of this question, this dilemma is, why is that actually happening? And the gut is a huge part of this. The gut is about 70% of our immune system is happening in the gut. So our digestive tract, in the gut, all that microbiome, we've got literally trillions. Think about this. This is just an amazing concept. We have trillions of organisms in our gut. Hey, Leslie, great to see you there in South Africa. I don't know if it's morning or night there, but good to see you. So we have literally trillions of organisms in our digestive tract. Microbiome, good stuff, bad stuff, all these different things. We have literally trillions of them that are not us. These are not cells. These are out of body organisms. So if you stripped it all out, they could go survive on their own. They are not our own cells. And so this is the fascinating part with our digestive tract, is that it's this entire literally universe. If you look at all our stars and all these things, there's that many out there. We have that in our digestive tract. One little capsule. Give me a thumbs up if any of you guys have taken probiotics in the past. A lot of people have, whether that's yogurt, whether that's a pill, anything at all. Hey, Aaron, great to see you there in Michigan. So there's some thumbs coming in. Some of you guys have taken probiotics. How many are in one little capsule? How many organisms are in one little capsule? 5 billion, 10 billion, 50 billion. There's a lot of organisms in one little capsule. And then, Melissa, you're taking Megaspore, good. So in one little capsule, there's that many. But then you extend that out 22 feet, and it's just that one capsule. So yeah, then we get into trillions and trillions of organisms, things that are not us, but they have a huge influence on us. It's basically this symbiotic relationship. Hey, Susan, great to see you in West Virginia. We have this symbiotic relationship, almost like, remember like on sharks and whales, there'll be all these little fish that kind of suck off the algae and do all these different things to help keep those healthy. That's kind of what's happening inside of us as well. 6 p.m. in the evening. All right. You're on the probiotics daily after C. diff. Yeah, that's pretty intense, Leslie. C. diff is an antibiotic resistance bacteria, and so get this, C. diff. I don't know if you had this, Leslie, or not, but the one thing that people, hey Paula, the one thing that people can do that's like the approved official way to deal with C. diff right now is a fecal transplant. They actually take fecal matter from a healthy person and put it into the sick person, and they're taking not just that fecal matter, but they're taking the good bacteria as well, and that's getting into the digestive tract of the sick person, and they survive. And then people like Leslie, you got to stay on that probiotic and really keep nurturing it. It'll probably never be 100%, but you can live healthy and you can do well. So we have literally trillions of bacteria, and these train and shape our immune system. So it's this constant give and ebb and flow into our immune system, and we can actually, that immune system can be led to overreact with certain bacteria and issues, and with that overreaction, that's going to lead to autoimmune conditions, this really major inflammatory process. Maybe that's part of why people with COVID, some of them can go into this cytokine storm and then this inflammatory process because they're already right at that cutoff level. I like to think about it like this. You've got this symptom line, and you stack up enough things to that symptom line, and then it's easy to bump over those. So we go up to that symptom line, and then you get exposed to a virus or a vaccine or whatever it is, and the body goes to this inflammatory level, and a lot of that can have to do with the gut. The other thing that can happen with that gut microbiome out of balance is that we can have underreactivity with that immune system, where we're not going to be stimulated like we're supposed to and fight things off. That's the patient that comes in and they have strep throat 11 times in 12 months and just really depleted immune system. So that's a huge part of the process is with that immune system is we've got to have that right balance in the microbiome. A lot of people have this overgrowth, too much bad stuff, because in there, that's trillions of cells are not all good. We can have good, but we can also have bad there. Leslie, that was my next option after 3 relapses, but didn't need fecal transplant. Vancomycin thankfully worked. Yeah, so, and then the vancomycin, that just kills off pretty much anything and everything that's left in there. So, it leaves a pretty gnarly gut after going through that much antibiotics, everything. I had 2 bullseye tick bites probably 10, 12 years ago, and I was on antibiotics for 3 months because I did not want to deal with Lyme disease, and yet my gut will never be the same. I'm always working on it. It's something I always need to keep focused on. So we've got all of these bacteria, good stuff, bad stuff. What happens in that gut, in that microbiome, is that the good stuff, it gets knocked down and the bad stuff can proliferate. And so just taking some probiotics is not enough. We never start a patient on just a probiotic and that's it. Almost every single time, if there's bad bacteria, yeast, things like that, we'll kill off, and then we'll build up, and then we'll kill off, and then we'll build up, and we'll do that even multiple times for some people. Like Leslie, we would do the kill off and the build up, kill off, build up, kill off, build up, especially with somebody that's been on that much. So here's 6 things that cause that gut and that microbiome to get out of balance. So that's the big one there, antibiotics, but other medications can do it as well. So a lot of people just think it's antibiotics, but it's also PPIs, proton pump inhibitors, which are like the antacids. That actually is going to throw off our microbiome. We're not going to be digesting as well as we get down there. Beta blockers, so some people on blood pressure medications, things like that. And then even antidepressants have been shown to throw off that microbiome. Hey, Tanya, great to see you. So go ahead and pop down below. Also, I want to throw out to you guys, if you signed up for our email and you did not get it from last week, double check your junk mail. I know we received myself and my office manager, we got ours, and then the second one we sent out did not, it went to junk mail. So I got the first round in the regular mail, and then the second one went to junk mail. So check your junk mail and see if that got there, and pop down below if you did receive that email or not. It was, I thought it was a good one, but so antibiotics, proton pump inhibitors, and the antidepressants. Not sure about the anxiety meds. I will have to look into that one, Melissa. And antidepressants can do that as well. Next one is huge, and there's actually, I posted an article about this, about glyphosate and COVID, but pesticides can throw off that gut. So Amy, just send us a direct message with your email address and we'll get you on there. And so if any of you guys, Paula, check that and let me know if that did go to junk mail. And unfortunately, because we had like 26% open rate in the first one and it dropped to like 8%. So I think a lot of people, it went to junk mail, unfortunately. So we'll check our filters and everything. And if you just put it into your regular mail, it should come in that time. It'll be going out on Thursday this week. So pesticides, especially glyphosate, which is like Roundup and all of those, it kills off bacteria in our gut. It kills off our microbiome. That's a big part of where this is getting out of balance. Processed foods, which are full of sugar, are the bad ones. Heather just started a new probiotic that has 8 strains of probiotics and prebiotics. Can't wait to see how I do. Heather, did you do any kill off ahead of time? That would be one question I would have. So processed foods full of sugar, this is going to feed that bad bacteria, yeast, all of that. So get this, I was looking at some statistics of all the calories that Americans eat every day. 16% of the calories coming in are from snacks and sweets. That's the biggest of that pie chart, is snacks and sweets. Number 2 is going to be beverages, and this isn't milk or 100% juice. This is all other calorie-laden drinks. 12% of people's calories they're drinking, and it's not milk and it's not juice. So what is it? It's basically corn syrup. And then number 3 is grains. 11% of people's calories are coming from grains. So when you add that up, we're at almost 40% of calories coming from empty calories, empty food, so we're not getting those. So processed foods full of sugar, those are going to be feeding that. Stress and worry, there's a gut-brain connection there, and the more we worry and anxiety and stress, the more that throws off our gut microbiome and we get dysbiosis. The more dysbiosis we have, the more anxiety, worry we have because of that gut-brain connection. So we've got to balance the gut to balance the brain. Hey Cheryl, great to see you. And we've got to balance the brain to balance the gut. It's a give and take there. Sedentary lifestyle is a huge part of this as well. The research shows that people's gut, the more sedentary they are, the more they sit, the more they are just sitting at their computer all day, whatever it is, the worse their gut is. So there is a component to that exercise. And then environmental toxins, any type of household cleaners, heavy metals, a lot of different things that we're exposed to day in and day out. This is what I suggest doing. Next time you run out of something, whether it's dishwashing detergent, shampoo, soap, makeup, anything at all, think about, is there a better source, a safer, a cleaner source that I can replace that with? You don't have to go change out your whole house, but next time your cleanser runs out, get the cleanest, most natural cleanser you can get, or make your own. Next time you run out of laundry detergent, look into a better option there. So those are going to be really good things to do. So those are the causes of the bad gut, which is a huge part of the immune system. So every one of these is going to be thrown off your immune system, and this is one of the biggest reasons why people are having more issues with COVID. When you look at them that are like, man, that person looks healthy. What is the problem? Look to their gut is probably the main reason why we're seeing that. So then we've got 5 things that we can fix our gut with, and that's going to be, like we were saying, doing kill off. So garlic, oregano, wormwood, all these different things are great for killing off bad stuff. Then you got to come in with the good stuff. You come in with probiotics after that. It might take it 2 or 3 times. You work on the gut lining, so glutamine, marshmallow root, aloe vera juice, all these things help heal up that gut lining. Hey Angela, great to see you. So it helps heal up that gut lining, and that's going to be the repair phase that we always talk about. And then exercise, obviously, if sedentary lifestyle is going to contribute to your gut being out of balance, then then being active, moving, keeping that digestive tract going is going to be huge. And then we look at the last thing, and that's going to be eating that good broad diet. This isn't a grain-based diet. Do collagen peptides help the lining? They sure can. So bone broth is a great source of that. If you can make your own bone broth, I'm going out hunting with the boys this weekend. We're gonna see if we can get my older two a couple deer, and so we'll make some bone broth out of that. Next week, hey Rachel, good to see you in Denver again. We're going to be coming to Westminster in January, so we're excited. First Denver Metro office will be opened up there. And then next week, I've got a trip with some friends, and we're going to be out in Nebraska and shoot a buffalo and bring half of that home and have bones and all these things. And so we will be getting a lot of that bone broth as well. So yes, that can be helpful. But that diet rich in that variety. Paula, thanks. We'll be up your way. We'll be up by Sundance for those deer. Yes, Angela, Massachusetts. Yes, we know we're going to be looking at Massachusetts. Hey, Rebecca, great to see you. And then Angela, hello from California. Good to see you as well. And healing the liver also, Susan. Yep, we've got to heal that liver, and that's a big part of this process as well. But also that variety, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, as much as you can do. That fiber and just variety in the food is really good. So what do you eat? You go with foods that are going to keep your blood sugar steady, that aren't going to cause gas or bloating or indigestion issues that way, that are going to keep you at a good optimal weight, that is going to keep your energy steady, and you're going to be able to have what you need every day and not create that inflammation and all of those things. So, hey Belinda, good to see you in West Virginia. Holly in Tucson. Is fasting good, bad for the gut? So Leslie, for some people, fasting can be helpful if they've got an issue where their digestive tract actually needs a rest. And so for some people, it can be helpful, but what you have to look out for with fasting is blood sugar dips. And if that blood sugar goes down with fasting, then they're going to have more problems in there as well. So make sure you're checking your blood sugar if you are fasting. And where can I get the info about Kill Off? How much and how long before moving on to the probiotics? I've dealt with bad gut. So Melissa, it's all unique based on what we see in the blood work and symptoms and different things. So there's no like, hey, everybody gets this one Kill Off or any of those things. But you could even start doing some more fresh garlic, some oregano, some things like that, even in your food, that could be helpful as well. All right, guys. Well, I've got to jump. Thanks for being on. If you've got any questions as far as your immune system, your gut, fighting off COVID, anything like that, pop those down below. If you did not get the email and get into our email series, hey, Nikki from Wisconsin, great to see you. If you did not get into our email series, go ahead and pop that down below or send us a direct message on that. If you did give us your email, check your junk mail. It probably went there. It went to my junk mail, so that's probably where it is. Do you prefer raw liver over a multivitamin? I love liver, so I'm bringing Ziplocs for my deer and buffalo, and then we'll get some elk later this year too. And I will bring the Ziploc. I'll put the heart and the liver in there, and that'll be yummy. Melissa, you are so welcome. Good to see you guys. So, all right, bring some of these questions. I got to jump. Bring these questions Thursday as well, and we'll be going live for at least 30 minutes there and just getting into all the good stuff. So, love having you guys on. Stay strong out there. Take care.